We've all seen the social media posts that claim that it's a lifestyle and not a diet. Wouldn't you really love to find a style of eating where you make the rules so that you can fully enjoy everything you eat? Think about how many times you see these posts and they're over pictures of portioned out foods or foods that are just normally eaten by people who are actually on a diet. And regardless of how much willpower somebody has in a moment, are they really going to do this style of eating for the rest of their life? It's been over a year now since I had a fast, over 50-pound weight loss transformation with the 131 method. The best part is I've been able to keep it off effortlessly. And that's because once you understand the 131 method, it's almost impossible not to use it in some form for the rest of your life. I'm going to explain how this completely unique program will change everything for you and why it's something you can easily stick with forever. Hi, I'm certified health coach and certified life coach Lisa Lacasse, and last year I was also the top ambassador with the 131 method. It's my goal to help you live your healthiest, happiest life. Within a few weeks of starting the 131 method, I was getting two questions practically every day, and they were, am I starving myself? And what in the world am I doing? Because whatever it is that I was doing, they wanted to try it too. Now that I've lost my weight and kept it off for well over a year, I still am getting two questions and they're just a little different. They tend to be, are you still doing the 131 method? And won't you ever be able to eat like pizza again or cakes and cookies? So with those two questions, I realized that I really need to tell you that I can't imagine not using the 131 method. It's so simple because I made the rules for me, and it would be impossible because of all the information I learned to totally not use the 131 method in at least some form. Let me explain this. When I first started the 131 method, it didn't take long for me to see that this was going to be different from anything else I had ever tried in the past. There were no meal plans, no scheduled times to eat, no amounts that I was told I should be eating. There were no containers to measure things out. Instead, there was just a whole bunch of science that taught me how to experiment with myself to see which things worked for me and which things wouldn't work for me. It explained how I experiment with my own body and test things to see which different kinds of foods and which times of day I ate would help me to achieve certain goals. 131 truly looks different on everyone based on these results. The only rules that you have are the rules that you create for yourself based on this testing. It was up to me to test different things and see which ones would work for me, which worked with my schedule, and which made me feel the best. It showed me how to listen to my body and notice not only the way I was feeling and the amount of energy that I had and how well I was sleeping, but also small symptoms like extra phlegm or mucus, irritability, bags under my eyes, and headaches. I was able to learn which foods, even which foods that are normally healthy foods, cause me specifically to get these reactions. I learned that my body responds differently according to the time of day that I eat, and I learned that everyone who goes through this has different answers and different results, just like everyone who goes through this has a different body. So yes, I am still using the rules that I've created for myself because I want to look and feel my best. They fit my schedule and they leave me not feeling at all restricted or deprived. As far as the question about whether I can eat pizza or cake or cookies ever again, the answer is, of course I can. First of all, I make the rules. And second, I realized that despite all the books that I've read, all the programs I tried in the past to lose weight, nobody ever taught me the words metabolic adaptation. And that's because none of these other programs used it or trained our bodies to become metabolically adaptive. If you don't know what metabolically adaptive means, that's where your gut is healed, and so now if you eat things on occasion, you're not going to have flare-ups and inflammation that these foods caused you in the past because your digestive system is healthy and strong and it can now process these foods in reasonable amounts. This is what you learn to do with your body through the 131 method. In other words, if I go to a gathering and there's pizza there, it's fine for me to have a slice because by having healed my gut, that slice will have basically no effect on me. One of my very favorite tastes in the whole world is buttercream icing. While I don't keep it in my house, there's no chance that I'm not gonna have a piece of cake or at least the icing on top of it when I go to a birthday party. I have learned that if I have more than a few bites, I'm definitely gonna get a headache, and possibly when I wake up the next morning, I'm gonna have puffy under eye bags and I'm gonna maybe have a breakout on my chin. It usually won't show on the scale though. In times like these is when I decide how much I want the cake. I will always have some, but I've learned at what point is the best time for me to cut myself off. And this is fairly easy because after eating clean for a bit, sugar and artificially flavored foods rarely taste as good as I remembered. In addition, I've learned to recognize the signals my body gives me when I eat things that are causing reactions in my body at the time. Now that I know that, it's possible for me to ignore it in the future. I know that it's common to say that you're not dieting, that you're living a lifestyle, but with the 131 method, you're making your own rules, so it truly does become a lifestyle. If you found any of this information helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want more information on the 131 method, check out the link below.